Well, according to the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, more than 50,000 Palestinians are seeking shelter in Gaza from the ongoing violence. Now, this includes patients from the only rehabilitation hospital in Gaza. The Al-Wafa Hospital was left in ruins on Thursday. Now, that hospital's executive director is Dr. Basman Alashi. He joins us now on the phone from Gaza City. So, Dr. Alashi, thank you for joining us today. When your hospital was bombed, it was filled with patients that you describe as being either severely disabled or in a coma. Describe what happened when the hospital was bombed.
On Thursday night, we received a call from the Israeli army, which we received several days in the past that we ignored, and we said we'll not leave the hospital. But at that time, they said you have 10 minutes to leave the hospital. 5 minutes later, missiles and bombs start falling at the hospital. Fire in the hospital, heat, smoke, dust. We lost electricity. At that time, we decided that the hospital is not inhabited anymore because of the danger of uraniums and the danger of smoke and heat. Many of our nurses decided to leave the hospital because they were unable to stand on their feet and serve the patients. All my patients, all of them, the 17 that were left, paralyzed, unconscious, except 2. And they were not aware what's going on around them. We were managed to send about 17 ambulances to the hospital to remove all the patients. We removed all of them but 2 because they needed an oxygen. And we have to scramble Gaza to find an ambulance that have an oxygen. We were able by 11:30 because the attack started at 9. By 11:30, we moved the last patients. We went to a Sahaba clinic that's in the middle of the town. We collect them, gather them, make sure that everybody is all right, nobody got hurt. And all of them, they were traumatized because of the noise, the breathing problem that they have, and many of them, they breathe from a tube. Mm-hmm. They don't breathe normally like us. The next day, we could not find a medication for them.
So many struggles there as you received 10 minutes warning, but it sounds like you were evacuating them as the bombs fell over your hospital. What happened to the 17 patients? You have them in your care right now. How are they doing right now?
Yes, we have them in our care, and their health deteriorated because we moved them from one place to another, and they were exposed to the heat and smoke of the fire and the bombardment of the Israelis at our hospitals. The problem is we could not find any medication for them on Thursday and Friday morning, so we have to scramble the whole city, go around, driving at dangers of the drone over us just to have the shops open because it's Friday, and Friday they closed here. Have them open and just to get some of the medications. Last evening, we were able to have at least 10 days supplies of medications locally, and hopefully by that time the war would end in Gaza and we go back to our normal operations. Now people coming here to shelter...
Sorry, Dr. Alashi, I need to interrupt because we are running out of time, but what you're describing here, the lack of medication, the struggle for proper medical facilities in Gaza is a story that we're hearing over and over again. So what is it that you, as a medical professional in Gaza, would like from the international community right now?
Is to halt this war against the Gaza. Gaza are helpless right now. People in the streets remind us of people are running by 50,000. I'm seeing them in the street everywhere. Children, women, old men with wheelchairs are just running from the east side of Gaza. And we need the world to ask Israeli, stop this war and go back to your line.
Dr. Alashi, thank you very much for your time, and we wish you well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Bye.
And that is Dr. Basman Alashi, Executive Director of the Al-Wafa Rehabilitation Hospital, a hospital, as he said, that was bombed on Thursday, speaking to us from Gaza City.